Hi, and welcome. Here's a little practice that might be really useful on a rest day or after an exhausting week. Maybe start seated. You can use a mat or even just a towel, whatever you have. Or maybe even let your body really just surrender by laying flat down on your belly. Wherever you decide to start, we're going to take the first few minutes to tune in and to slow down. If you're on your belly, you can make a little pillow with your hands, or let the hands come down the side of the body towards your hips, maybe the palms face up. Take a little scan from head to toe. What do you notice today? Maybe notice the effects of your week. Let your mind run over maybe the events of the week, things that were difficult, challenges, things that went well, and then leave that to the side and begin to find the now. Begin to find your breath right now. With the belly facing the earth, maybe feel the rise and fall of that breath. The belly pushes into the earth, the lungs expand. Maybe the belly pulls in as we empty out the breath. Allowing that breath to flow through your nose. Let your lips gently close. Your jaw, your teeth just separate slightly. If your head is turned in one direction, go ahead and turn to the other side. We feel the difference on this side of the neck, or how the shoulders are. Let's begin to work with this breath, developing a slow and restorative breath pattern that's going to guide your movements and help you stay right here in your body on your mat. Is also going to aid in the recovery of your nervous system, which will help soreness, tension, the effects of the week, of your training, or any challenges. Imagine filling up from the bottom of the lungs, through the chest, and then slowly emptying from the top to the bottom. Perhaps you can feel what it's like as you expand through the belly, through the ribs, up to the collarbones, and then letting it go. Collarbones close in, ribs close in, belly pulls in, and begin again, filling. With your next inhale, let's bring the hands under the shoulders, turn the head towards the earth. And exhale. As we inhale, begin to push the hands just to lift the chest. Maybe you lift a little bit, elbows can stay bent. Maybe there's more space and you can straighten out those arms. Tops of the feet into the earth. Feel free to explore a couple breaths here, maybe turning the neck side to side, rolling the head around. Where is there tension? And on an exhale, lower the body down to the earth. Extend the right arm out to the side, directly out from the shoulder, left hand under left shoulder. And with an inhale, begin to push into the left hand. We roll onto the right side. Maybe the hips stack, the legs stack. Maybe you bend through that left leg and it steps behind you, or the left arm can wrap. You should feel an intense stretch through that right shoulder, right pec muscle. Relax your head. Returning to the earth with your exhale, let's extend the left arm out, directly out from the shoulder, the palm down, right hand into the earth, elbow facing up. And as we inhale, we roll on to the left side. Just a couple breaths here to feel it. Maybe that top leg, knee bends and footsteps behind. The hand can wrap or not. Find the right amount of intensity for you. And on your next exhale, roll the body down to the earth. Belly down flat. Both hands now under the shoulders. And with our inhale, the heart lifts, the chest lifts. Little arch through the spine. And as we exhale, bend the knees, hips sink back down to the heels. Arms out long in front. Breathe up and down the spine. You can come here to rest at any time. You take a little roll into those hips. Just feel. Breath stays slow. With your next inhale, roll the body forward. Chest comes between the hands. We press into the hands. Heart lifts, chin lifts. And use an exhale to guide your body down to the earth. Those nice slow breaths. Right arm extends out long to the side. And we inhale, roll on to that right shoulder. Whatever you need to do with the leg or the hand, the left leg, left hand, to help this twist, this stretch. With an exhale, back down to the earth, switching arms, left arm extends. Inhale, roll onto the left side. Maybe take a couple breaths here, maybe just one. In a moment, you're going to decide how fast, how slow you want to go. With an exhale, rolling down towards the earth, both hands under the shoulders, lift up through the heart, through the chin, and as we exhale, bend through the knees, hips sink back down towards those heels. Take 2 breaths here, maybe 3. Option to take those arms underneath, give yourself a little hug even, or put the palms together and bring them behind the neck. Really feel the chest open. You can explore here. And when you're ready, inhale, we roll it forward. Feel free to start to move at your own pace if you'd like. With your exhale, roll down to the belly, right arm extends. Inhale, we roll onto the right side. You can start to find your flow. Hang out here if you wish. Just use an exhale to guide yourself down. Switch those arms. Inhale, roll on to the left. Just being mindful of when you decide to move. So it's purposeful. With an exhale, roll the belly down towards the earth. Both hands plant. Inhale, heart lifts, chin lifts. Maybe we pull the knees away from the earth. Even as we exhale, bend the knees, hips sink down and back. Take 2 or 3 breaths in this resting pose. And when you're ready, let's flow through again. Inhale, rolling forward, heart lifts. Exhale, down to the earth, right arm extends. Inhale, roll onto the right side. Exhale, taking it through to center. Left arm extends. Inhale, roll onto the left side. Inhale, exhale to center. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, hips down to the heels. Notice your breath again. Let's take it through at your own pace. As we inhale, roll it through, heart lifts. Exhale, lower down. Right arm extends. Inhale, roll onto that right side. Extra breaths here if you wish. Exhale, down to the earth. Left arm extends. Inhale, left side. Exhale to the earth. Inhale, heart lifts. Exhale, sinking hips down and back. A few breaths. Tune in. Keep coming back to that breath over and over again. This time, let's start to transition. Maybe come up to a seated shape from here. This can feel quite intense sometimes on the ankles or the top of the feet. Maybe through the thighs. I'm just going to take my socks off. And get ready to find our downward facing dog. So first, hands and knees, a tabletop shape. Hands under shoulders, knees under hips. Have a little wag through the hips, through the spine. Maybe rolling the spine to open it a bit. We can inhale, lift the heart here, drop the belly, arch the spine. Exhale, rounding through the spine, tuck the chin in towards the chest, pull the belly in. This is our cow as we inhale. Lift up through the heart, drop the belly, and our cat as we exhale, round through the spine. It's like an angry cat. Tuck the chin in, pull the belly in. Just allowing that spine to move with your breath. Maybe something different feels good. As we get ready to make our downward facing dog shape, maybe we spread those fingers wide. Just feel what it's like to push the hands into the earth. Tuck the toes in, spread the toes wide. And when you feel ready, pushing into those hands to lift the hips up high. The knees bend here is fine. The heels do not have to touch the earth. We can reach them in that direction. Just turn the chin up towards the chest. With our inhale, pull the right knee in, squeeze it in tight. And as we exhale, step the right foot through between the hands. The left heel comes down. Inhale, arms reach. Hips can push forward. We can open the arms if we wish. We can touch them overhead, or they can even be on your knee. As you push the hips forward, really feel the front of the hip opening. With our exhale, maybe the hands want to come to the earth to help you. We start to lengthen through that right leg. Send the hips down towards the heel. We don't have to touch the heel with the hips. We just want to be able to lengthen through that right leg so we feel the back of the right leg opening. With our inhale now, clasp the hands behind the hips. Option to take that back heel down. Take the back knee off. Pivot the back heel down so the back leg straightens and lift the heart. But you can also do it on your knee. And as we exhale, dive the chest down towards the right thigh, the head towards the earth. See if those arms will travel up and away. With our inhale, release the hands, grab the right wrist, pull it up and over, both legs straighten. Sky archer. Feel the ribs open. And as we exhale, turn towards that left side, hands placed down, foot steps back, and let's find the downward facing dog here. You always have the option of bringing the knees down, hips come to heel, and rest here. Take a couple breaths either in down dog or that resting pose, and let's do the left side. As we inhale, tuck the left knee in, and exhale, step it through. That back knee touches down. Inhale, the arms reach, maybe overhead, maybe to your knee. Just push forward a little bit if you want. And with our exhale, lengthen through the left leg. Hands can come to the ground. They might come to your heart center. And the hips might come all the way down to the heel or not. You're half split. Now with our inhale, we re-lunge. Hands clasped, heart lifts. You can keep the knee on the earth if you want. And exhale, dive it down or take that back leg straight like you did before. If the heel is still on, now you want to take the heel off, pivot the back heel down, and inhale, pull that left wrist in the other direction. And as we exhale, just turn in that direction towards the right, stepping back to your downward facing dog. We're just going to add a little bit on here to what we already have. Inhale, right knee pulls in, tuck it in. Exhale, step it through. Left knee comes down. Inhale, arms reach, our low lunge. Exhale, half splits, right leg lengthens, sink down and back. Inhale, arms clasp, hands clasp. Maybe that back knee comes off, heart lifts. And exhale, dive it down to the inside of that thigh, your humble warrior. Inhale, pull that right wrist up and over, your sky archer. Now we're just going to turn in that direction. Both hands plant. Deep lunge as we sink down. Maybe the head touches the earth. A really low lunge here into our left knee. With our inhale, left arm up to the sky, reach it up big, and exhale, just follow the direction towards the back heel. Maybe look in that direction. Now we're gonna see if we can lengthen up through that left leg. Maybe the right leg can leave the earth, stack the hips, and maybe the right arm up to the sky as well. Just open the hips there as we strengthen. And as we exhale, hands touch down, feet step back, downward facing dog. Let's try it on the other side, the left side. Inhale, left knee pulls in. Exhale, left foot steps through. Right knee down. Inhale, arms reach. Exhale, sink down and back, our half split. When you're ready, inhale, hands clasp behind. Maybe that back heel pivots down, heart lifts. And exhale, diving it down, that deep lunge, head reaching towards the ground. Inhale, release the hands, grab the left wrist, pull it up and over, sky archer. Here's where we added. Switch directions, hands touch down, deep lunge into that right knee. You can keep the head lifted or down towards the earth. Really deep hip stretch. With our inhale, right arm reaches, look up towards the hand. Exhale, follow the horizon, look all the way down and back. And as we inhale, up and over. If you have a block, this can help in your balance. If you don't have a block, just like a book or something can help. Lengthen through right leg, lengthen through left leg. See if we can fly. Stack those hips. So the left arm might reach up as well. Can always keep both hands down if you want. Exhale when you're ready. Hands touch down, feet step back, downward facing dog. Let's start to flow. Inhale, right knee pulls in. Exhale, right foot steps through. Inhale, arms reach, low lunge. Exhale, sink down and back, half split. Inhale, hands clasp, heart lifts. Maybe that back knee comes off, heel pivots down. Exhale, diving down to the inside of that thigh. Maybe the hands start to pull up and over. As we inhale, pull that right wrist up and over, stretch through the hips, the ribs. Exhale, switching directions and dive into a deep lunge. Inhale, left arm reaches. Exhale, trace that big horizon up and over, left hand in front of left foot. And we inhale, see if we can stack the hips, right leg, right arm floats. Play with the eyes here. Maybe look up towards that right hand. See how it changes things. And when you're ready, exhale, step it down and back into your down dog. Let's do the left side. Inhale, left knee pulls in. Exhale, left foot steps through. Inhale, low lunge, arms reach maybe. Exhale, sink down and back, half split. Inhale, hands clasp. Re-lunge, heart lifts. Exhale, dive down to the inside of that left thigh. Inhale, release those hands, grab the left wrist, pull it up and over, stretch the ribs, and switching directions, hands dive down to the inside of a deep lunge, right leg. Inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, trace the horizon, great big rising sun. Place the right hand in front of right foot. And inhale, see if left side can float. Maybe take a couple breaths here. Try looking to the side, maybe to the sky. See what happens. Exhale, hands touch down, feet step back, your down dog. Start to take your own pace. It's better to go with your pace, your breath than mine. When you're ready, inhale, tuck in. Exhale, step through. from our low lunge with our inhale to our exhale half split. You can always hang out here extra time if you want. Inhale, we clasp and lift the heart. Exhale, we dive down to our humble. Release the hands in front of the body, grab the right wrist, inhale, pull up, over, switch directions, dive down deep into a low, low lunge. Inhale, reaching, left arm up and over. With your exhale, plant the left hand in front of the left foot. And inhale, see if right side can fly. Couple breaths in your half moon, maybe play with the eye line. Be active through that right side as well, as it's lifted, and then stepping back to your down dog. Start to flow through on the left side, guiding the foot through with your breath. Inhaling into that deep lunge, exhaling into the half split. Clasp the hands, inhale, heart lifts, reach it to the sky. Exhale, dive it down to your humble. Maybe you're finding more space in those shoulders as you go. Inhale, sky archer, pull that arm up and over. Exhale, switch directions, dive it down to your lizard. Inhale, reaching up and following it with your exhale all the way up and around and down. And inhale, we see if we can fly, float on that right side, stack the left side, left hip on top of right. Maybe a couple breaths before you exhale, step it down and back to your down dog. Your pace could be faster or slower. You could take extra breaths. So you might take a few breaths in this low lunge or take a few extra breaths in that half split. But when you decide to move, be deliberate. So inhaling to lift your heart. Normally exhales are going to dive us down. Your sky archer, we inhale, feel that length through the body, and exhale, we switch sides as we dive it down. Inhale, reaching up through the left hand, up and over. Let's see if we can balance everything working here in our half moon, as well as opening through that hip. And when you're ready, exhale, set it down and back into the down dog. Left side, inhaling, knee in. Exhale, step. Inhale, that low lunge. Exhale, half split. Inhale, clasp the hands, heart lifts. Exhale, diving down. Inhale, grabbing that left wrist, pull it up and over, sky archer. Exhale, switch directions, deep lunge into the right, maybe dive down towards the earth. Inhale, right arm reaches. Exhale, trace the horizon. Inhale, start to fly into your half moon. Exhale, touching down, stepping back. Maybe taking a few times here. Just engage your core. You can rock forward and back. And eventually settle those hips back and down towards your heels. Your palms can face down onto the thighs or up, whatever feels right. Just somewhere to gather ourselves and tune back in. Noticing what differences we feel in the body, what happened to the breath, and where the mind went. We have a little roll through the neck. We're going to fire up through the legs and the hips a little bit before we have some deeper stretches. So let's find a standing shape. Feet grounded, maybe wiggle those toes. Find your breath, arms by your side, even palms facing forward, just really aware. Or fingers into. Place your left hand on your left hip. Start to raise your right knee up. foot leaves the earth, the right hand can stay holding that right knee, or use your peace fingers, pointer finger, middle finger, to wrap around that big toe and extend that leg out if you wish. Stay with the knee if you wish, or extend. Take about 5 slow breaths here. Really focus on the core. When you've had about 5 breaths, go ahead and take either the knee out to the side or that bound foot, that bound toe out to the side. And again, 5 breaths. The left leg working, opening through the right. Use an inhale to take it through to center and see if we can control as we tip forward and send the right leg out behind. Hands can come to heart. If we need them on the ground, reach down towards the ground. Let me show you from the side here. So that right foot out behind, be active through that right foot. Push through the right heel. It's okay to wobble. And as we exhale, tuck the right knee behind the left. Again, if hands want to touch down, it's fine. And we're going to shoot that right leg out to the left side, like a little curtsy squat. So tuck the knee in, exhale, and then inhale back to that warrior 3. It's okay to wobble. I'm going to wobble quite a bit here. I feel a bit tired and a bit tapped out, and that will happen. That's okay. Inhale. Warrior 3, exhale to that curtsy. We're doing 5 times. I think we have 1 more. Inhale and exhale to that curtsy. Inhale, lift that leg, and exhale, set it down, have a little shake. Now there's always going to be one side that works really well and one side that sometimes doesn't want to cooperate, and that's just called having a human body. So let's try the other side. Feet ground down into the earth. Take very conscious, aware breaths here. Right hand to the right hip, and we inhale, the left knee lifts. You can stay with the knee, or you can find that foot or toe and see if we can extend. Take 5 breaths. Find a point to look at and do not deviate. Something that's not moving, a wall or some floor. Go in yourself. When you've had about 5 breaths, take the knee or the leg out to the left side. It's okay to wiggle, wobble. If you fall out, come on back. Keep pushing through that knee or that heel to keep that lifted. And let's see if we can keep it off the earth as we send that left leg out and back behind us. Hands can come to heart or to the ground. And we got 5 breaths. Stay breathing, stay focused, and we're going to move into those curtsies. So grounding through that foot as we exhale, tucking the knee behind, step the foot out. Again, if hands have to come down, that's totally fine. Inhale, push away, feel those wiggles, wobbles. You're going to discover which is your strong side and which is not. Exhale to curtsy. Inhale. Foot up and back. If it touches the ground, that's okay. Just try again. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, reaching back. Exhale, curtsy. Inhale, open. One more time with your own breath. And as we exhale, put those feet together, shake it out. Inhale, reach those arms up to the sky, and with your exhale, take a deep dive, a nice fold. Maybe have a little dangle side to side. You can even grab hold of the feet if it's possible, or maybe just around the legs, the thighs or the ankles to kind of pull in, turn the head, the chin up towards the belly. And if the knees have to bend to really reach down, that's okay. What you need here to feel good, that's what you want to figure out. With an inhale, sort of halfway lift and lengthen. Exhale, the hands can come to the hips, to the waist, and press into the feet as we inhale, rise. Exhale, dive those hands down, and inhale, walk those feet out. Exhale, knees touch down, hips sink back. Let's find that resting shape and find your breath again. Slow it down. We're going to start to open up through these hips, through our back. You can start on your hands and knees, that tabletop shape, or if you like to come to your down dog, go ahead and do that. It's totally your choice. If you're in your tabletop, just push the right leg out long behind you. If you're in your down dog, inhale, take the foot or the leg up to the sky. And as we exhale, the right knee touches down behind the right wrist on the mat. The right foot, wheel it across towards that left hand, left wrist as much as possible. The left leg will kind of scoot up behind you. Sometimes here, having a little pillow, put it underneath the hips, or even a towel or a blanket can feel supportive, but you don't need to, you don't need anything. You can also put it under the elbows. So we're going to start to dive the chest down, maybe having it even under the body. I just like to hug it in and help me feel contained. You want those left toes reaching back and away. And the hips, as much as possible, facing down towards the earth. Now you might be on your hands, you might be on your elbows, you may not be chest down, and that is good. Go where you feel the sensation, go where you feel the stretch and the opening, and then we're going to hang out here for a little bit longer. Let your breath pattern, your deliberate breath pattern, let it go. But still notice the rise and the fall of the breath. Stay connected. Here in these longer held stretches, you'll really notice the activity of the mind, how the mind wants to come in and get you to think about what happened before, what's going to happen next, its favorite little thoughts or worries that it wants to dance around or play with. And for now, just keep returning to your breath. Just keep returning to what's happening in your body, the sensation you feel, and your breath, how your breath helps you to tolerate the deep stretch, helps you to be still. As you marinate in this shape, over time, slowly, more space will be available. And as you notice discomfort ease, or there's a little bit more space, then just let yourself melt in a little deeper. If there's a way that you can shift in a little deeper into the stretch, into the compression, go for it. And many times that extra release is just letting our fingers go. Release a fist, release the muscle of your jaw, your forehead. Let the shoulders melt a little more. We've been staying for a while in this shape. We never want to move quickly. So maybe just start to notice your body and what has released. Even though we don't want to let the thoughts run away or follow the thoughts where they're going, you might notice a characteristic style in your thinking or how you're responding to the experience of being still or the experience of being in a challenging shape. Just notice. Let's very carefully start to move the hands, the arms a little bit closer, really taking time, going slow. Maybe just slowly building up into the hands, lifting the heart up. And we're going to see if we can carefully roll onto that right hip. Hands can come behind to support you, and let's take the legs, the feet out as wide as your body will allow. If this isn't quite working, you could use a pillow. You could sit on it. That can sometimes help to stay in this shape, or if you have that yoga block, you could sit on that. You can also use a pillow or a block or, again, a rolled up blanket or something in front of you. That can be something that your body can be supported by. Let's place the hands behind the hips, and for a few breaths, let's push into the hands as we exhale and imagine rolling the hips forward. Imagine the spine staying long as we roll the hips forward. And inhale back up. Now if we've done that a couple times, then let's begin the stretch with that hip roll forward. Then the hands can crawl out in front of you. Again, we can use a pillow for support or comfort, even roll it up if it's not enough, or use some kind of combination of stuff that can be a support for you. Because again, some intense sensations here. So there's something to even like rest your head on. Feel free to use something taller even. Just showing you some different options here with block and with pillow. But you don't have to have anything either. You can definitely just begin to reach your chest forward, your arms forward. And once you find sensation, that stretching, that opening through the thighs, through the hips, the lower back, then let your hands, your arms, your shoulders be soft. Release any pulling. Instead of trying to force the stretch to happen, find some sensation and then remain there with your breath and wait for gravity, for your body to naturally start to release. Rather than forcing it to happen, you're surrendering into the stretch, into the opening of the body. As before, stay aware of how your mind is working, but more of an observer than involved. Aware of your breath, each breath, feeling it intensely, When the stretch gets difficult, really just look for the next inhale, the next exhale, and stay there. Eventually, some tension will release, and when it does, see what you can do to melt into the space that's available to you. As we slow our breath, you're opening up opportunity for the body to really heal. Yes, having a deep stretch can ease some tightness, but the breath is really key in how the whole body regulates and how it deals with anything overwhelming. And really, as far as the nervous system is concerned, there's no difference between the toll that it takes on us to have an overwhelming physical experience, like if you've had some tough training, versus an overwhelming work experience, relationship experience, or anything else. Just by slowing the breath down and bringing more awareness to it, you're giving the nervous system a beautiful opportunity to rebalance, refresh, reset. See if there's anywhere deeper that you can melt into this shape. Anywhere more that you can unhook yourself from the workings of your mind. And then let's slowly, very slowly, start to ease the hands closer to the body. Take a moment to notice what it's like coming out of the stretch, out of the shape. Maybe if you can resist moving straight away and just feel. Eventually we're going to ease the legs, the knees closer together, maybe bending through that knee feels really good. And maybe turning your option again, hands and knees, tabletop, or cat-cow, or maybe straight into your down dog. So just resetting a little bit. If you're In tabletop, we're going to extend through the left leg. If in your down dog, you can extend that left leg up to the sky. And taking the left knee towards left wrist, left foot wiggles across. You can always help it with your hand. And the right leg wiggles down and back. If that pillow is needed, maybe under hips, support them, keep them square or under our chest. You decide, and this side could be very different. What's needed here might be different. Take a moment maybe just to feel it out before you settle in with either the hands or the elbows on the earth. Or if it's available to you, maybe the chest can come down. As we hang out on this side, give yourself that gift of just following your breath and knowing that it just will automatically restore your body. That you're taking this time to restore and recover. So you'll be ready for whatever challenges lie ahead. Taking these last few moments. Maybe there's somewhere deeper that you can melt in. Maybe the mind wandered. It's natural. We got caught up in thoughts. Gently bring yourself back. Transition should be slow and gentle. So we carefully bring elbows and hands closer, being slow and mindful as we lift the chest or the head. You can roll onto the hip again. And this time, coming to seated. We're going to settle in for your final shape. So let's get comfortable with the back down to your mat, down to the floor. Maybe a moment to hug the knees in and just kind of give a squeeze and a roll on the lower back. A little twist. You can let the knees roll over to the right and turn the chin to the left. The spine kind of reset and the hips ease out. When you're ready, let the knees come through to center. Squeeze them in again. And take that twist to the other side. Just noticing the difference in your breath, in your body. Maybe even the mind has shifted around a little bit. It's a little more easy. Take the knees to center. Maybe one last hug and squeeze before we extend those legs out. Release all that tension through the hips. The feet can just flop out to the side. Maybe the palms face up. Allow yourself to be held by the earth. Take these final few moments of stillness, of restoration, of recovery. Bring your awareness back in. Maybe send a breath from the toes up to the crown of the head, or maybe a big stretch. With your exhale, maybe the knees want to hug in. Give a little rock on the spine, side to side, forward, back, round in a circle. And maybe it feels good to roll onto your right or your left side. Rest for a little bit. Eventually, we can push ourselves up to seated. Let's take all this good stuff with you into the week. Maybe you have some moments here to hang out for a bit. You might want to visualize what's coming ahead. Give yourself some time to really focus on your training or lifts or whatever challenges are ahead. This would be a great time. If you're ready to move on with your day, let's take the hands to heart. Take a big inhale, reach them up to the sky, gather up all that energy that you've created, and as you exhale, bring the thumbs between your eyebrows. May you have insight and wisdom. Bring your thumbs to your lips. May your words be true and kind. And bring your thumbs to your heart. May it be filled with compassion. The light in me honors and bows to the light in you. Namaste. Thanks for joining me. Please consider liking, subscribing, and I'll catch you next time.